All right, hey everybody. I had something really quick. I just wanted to make sure that I can just blow right through. So on the Grundis Yoga Lift website, there is a section where you can like get recipes. I try to make a recipe every week. Sometimes it's every other week. I do my best, right? Sometimes you just run out of food ideas. Like I'm eating turkey slop most of the time, and it's awesome. So why would I stop doing that? But there were some interesting questions around some of the recipes where I start to reference protein powders. I would highly recommend that you find protein powders that you like. They should be roughly around 120 to 130 some odd calories. You want it to probably clear at least 25 grams, if not 30 grams of protein. So, again, the higher that calorie count. So, if it's like 200 and you only get like 15 grams of protein, that is a bulking powder. That is mainly going to be like easy to digest carbs and it's just going to add weight. So to again prioritize that protein becomes really important. So in that, I use protein powders. So like, which ones do you use? I switched everything over to unflavored. So I just buy unflavored protein. You're like, how do you sit and drink unflavored protein? It's like, well, he's probably putting it in a smoothie. No, I don't do smoothies. I don't really drink the protein ones. I don't do like protein shakes. I probably should do a couple more of them, but I don't really like them all that much. So I use a lot of it to bake. So I'll take things like casein protein and all purpose and kind of split them about 50-50. It really depends on the recipe and it does take a little bit of time to kind of manage that out. So start really on the light side. So maybe you only cut a third of it in, maybe it's a quarter of it in. I would highly recommend casein over whey. Whey does not do as well in baked goods, and think whatever liquid is in there, you might need a little bit more. The casein protein is actually really hydrophilic. It loves water, so it soaks up a lot of water. So you might have to balance that out with a little bit more liquid. Water is a really good thing to put in because, again, it'll bake out. So you can use that as a way to kind of thin that out if it starts to get a little bit too clumpy. But yeah, I just use unflavored. So when I go ahead and cook or I make ice cream, so I have unflavored whey protein and I mix that into ice cream that I put in the Ninja Creamy, which is a really cool device for its own thing. So it's like that with cocoa powder, a big scoop of like fake sugar, a good heavy pinch of salt, and then like a cup of milk. I can do every once in a while start to add in. I got pudding mix that I sometimes will go ahead and mix in there because it makes it a little bit creamy. Sometimes I'll still use casein because it makes it a little bit creamy. Um, but then it just becomes this really interesting like ice cream that I get to eat all the time. So I'm eating a 400, 500 calorie thing of ice cream, but I'm getting 50 grams of protein out of it. So that could be something that really helps me enjoy this food a whole bunch and then be able to do it. So the company is called, I think it's like NutriCross. There's links at the We the Collective website to get to the Grundis Yoga Lift one. All the links around that if you were really curious about it. They are affiliate links. I use it through Amazon. So if you actually were just looking for the product, cool, you're helping me out. It doesn't change anything on your end. Um, so these are things that I use regularly. There's other stuff on that list. So again, it helps out the channel a little bit. It's just fun. And if you're really looking for something and you're listening to me, cool. I definitely appreciate it. So if you're looking for those things, great. Lastly, when it comes to that protein intake, I get that people might be, no, I'm not going to do that. I need my flavor protein. So here's a couple of recommendations really quick outside of that. The gold standard from Opta Nutrition, about 120 calories, 25, 24 grams of protein, chocolate vanilla, perfectly fine. They're gold standard. It makes it really easy. So it's just that bar that just gets hit every single time. The different organic stuff is really hit or miss. So if you found a good one, congratulations. I know there's a vegan one out there there's like a blueberry one, which is pretty good, but that was a couple years ago. So I don't know if they have the same mix. So it might have changed its mix. And another company that you might want to go ahead and consider is Ghost. Ghost does a lot of cross promotional stuff. So they'll work with other companies. So like I buy the cherry limeade stuff from them. I love the cherry limeade BCAs because it gets me to drink water. BCAs suck. You don't need them, but I like them because they made me drink more water. That's why I bought them and enjoyed more cherry limeade. But they have some really great flavor options. Their Oreo does have chunks of Oreo in it. Like their Nutter Butter has chunks of Nutter Butter in it. Chips Ahoy has chunks of like you get the point, right? So it's a really, really high end. So you're going to pay for that. Gorilla Mind does really good stuff. I've never actually bought their protein, but their other products are really good. So if you're looking for an option in those protein powders, I think those are good options. And then lastly, any of the pre-mix shakes that are out there. Premier Protein from Costco is fantastic. nothing wrong with that stuff. Um, you're still looking at maybe 110 calories with something like 30 grams of protein. I'm probably wrong, but I feel like the ratio is fantastic. I used to eat cereal with the stuff all the time. I would do that ice cream with the cereal and just eat it like cereal. It was perfect. Those ones are fine. And then after that, Fairlife is really underrated. So the milks that are out there, those can get to 30% really, really easily. So the Fairlife ones, I know there's things in the past about how they conduct business. So you have to weigh that option. It's a really good product, but maybe there's some of these ethical things they've done in the past that you might not forgive. Great product, maybe bad people. I don't know. And again, I'm speculating. This is on hearsay. It's not like I went out and found the company that did it, right? Um, apparently, like animal abuse stuff, but any of those environments, animals are getting abused some way, shape, or form. Um, any of the other ones that kind of stand out? Other quick things: the Kirkland protein bars are a really good source. Again, at Costco, they're really cheap. The pure protein bars from the same spot at Costco, great option. Bear Bell, they show up at Trader Joe's. So I know the Trader Joe's in Oak Park has them. So if you stop over there, please buy me one. I haven't been over there in a little bit. They're fantastic. They make really good bars. They're like candy bar good. And Alani Nu has started doing some decent stuff. However, their protein content's too low. So the calorie stuff is all right. It's about 160, but you're only getting like 15 grams of protein out of the bar. And I definitely want 20 out of the bar. There's no, they taste good. That's pleasant. So hopefully this is something that can kind of help you pick out some other proteins. Again, recommending the unflavored stuff, and you would just season it or flavor it yourself. So it becomes a great substitute for flour, especially if you use casein protein. Hopefully a couple other bars, these other drinks help you get the protein in that you need every day to go ahead and get strong. And again, you're going to need that stuff if you take some time off. All right, good luck.